If long planting and task lists feel overwhelming, for February, I've narrowed it down to the 5 crops and 5 tasks that matter most. If you stay on top of these, you'll hit the key planting windows, get your garden ready for spring, and you won't fall behind. I'm Angela from Growing in the Garden in Mesa, Arizona. For more desert gardening tips, like, subscribe, and stick around. Tomatoes are everyone's favorite, and in the low desert, it's a race against the heat. Choose a spot with lots of sunlight and plant tomato transplants after your last frost date, when nights are staying above about 50 degrees. Pick early heat-tolerant types that mature in 60 to 90 days. Smaller fruited types and paste types often produce more reliably because they set and ripen faster before extreme heat slows everything down. My favorite: Juliet, Celebrity, Sun Gold, Sweet 100, Yellow Pear, and Jolene. For all the tomato tips, watch my recent tomato video. I'll link it here. Peppers are one of the easiest warm season crops to grow in the low desert, especially when you start with transplants. Pick varieties you'll use. Want sweet peppers? Try California Wonder. Want heat? Try jalapenos. If you like it really hot, habaneros. Give them warm, rich soil and lots of mulch. Here's how to grow cucumbers in the low desert. Plant from seed or young transplant once the soil is 60 degrees or warmer. Cucumbers love warm weather, but they hate extreme heat. Once it gets hot, they can turn bitter, slow down, or die. So timing is crucial. After planting, give them something to climb. Trellising saves space, improves airflow, and makes harvesting easier. And when it starts getting hot, switch to Armenian cucumbers so you can keep harvesting. Perennial herbs are an easy win in the low desert. Plant them in February so they can establish roots before the heat. This gives you fresh herbs to use, plus blooms that bring in pollinators and beneficial insects. My favorites to plant now: rosemary, lavender, sage, oregano, thyme, lemongrass, mint, bay laurel, lemon balm, lemon verbena, and garlic chives. Plant mint in a container to keep it contained. Plant grapes. They grow well in hot climates. Give them plenty of sunshine, and a well-cared-for vine can produce fruit for decades. 2 great options for the low desert are Thompson seedless and flame seedless. My grapevines grow against a west-facing wall, and they tolerate the intense sun better than I expected. I had one in a north-facing spot, and it struggled until I moved it now to its sunnier location. Make sure you give grapes support: a fence, trellis, arbor, or even a single sturdy stake. Now, let's make sure those plants succeed. Here are the 5 February tasks that get you ready for spring. The first one's easy. You don't even have to get your hands dirty. I'll show you how to know when it's time to plant warm season crops like tomatoes and peppers. Do a quick Google search for your last frost date. Just enter your zip code. Once you have that date, pay attention to the microclimates in your yard. Block walls and hardscapes stay warmer. Low spots and open areas stay colder longer. Next, check your soil temperature. Cold soil slows seeds and stresses transplants. Use a soil thermometer and get ready to take a screenshot. Here are the soil temperatures I use for warm season planting. Now, take a look at the forecast. Make sure temperatures won't drop below freezing. If you're close to or past your last frost date, the soil is warm enough and the nights look safe, plant. If a cold snap is coming, wait or be ready to cover. Okay, number 2, you might have to get a little dirty. Let's get our beds ready to plant. Soil levels drop over time, and that's a good sign. It means the organic matter is being used up by your plants. Let's refill it. If your soil is still light and crumbly, pull back the mulch and top with worm castings and compost. Don't mix it in. For an established 4x8 bed, add about 4 cups of worm castings, and then a 1-inch layer of compost over the whole bed and water everything in. If your soil's compacted, top it with a good raised bed mix to lighten it up. Something with compost plus coco coir and perlite or vermiculite. The goal is light, airy soil that holds moisture but still drains well. I use the raised bed mix from Arizona Worm Farm. Topping off your beds refuels your garden so it's ready to grow again. Now, prune grapes. Prune in late winter after the leaves drop and before the buds swell. If you remember one thing, remember this: grapes make fruit on shoots that grow from last year's wood. Decide what you're going to keep and then cut most of last year's growth back hard. On a wall trellis, that usually means keeping the trunk, the left and right arms, and then cutting last year's side shoots back to short spurs with 2 or 3 buds. If you leave too much, the vine turns into a jungle and you'll have lots of small fruit. Next, feed your fruit trees. In February, deciduous trees start waking up, and established trees can use a feeding. In the low desert, I feed citrus on Valentine's Day, Memorial Day, and Labor Day. Use an organic fruit tree fertilizer or feed with compost and worm castings. Water well before and after feeding. Finally, harvest and preserve citrus. We're lucky because in the low desert, we can step outside and pick fruit off our citrus trees for months. No greenhouse required. Not sure if it's right? Pick one and taste it. The best place to store citrus fruit is on the tree, but once the fruit starts to soften or drop, it's time to use it up. For orange juice, skip navels. Sweet oranges, especially Valencia, make the best juice. Grapefruit gets sweeter as the season goes on and can often hang on into May or June. And lemons? Juice them, make lemonade, freeze the juice, and save the zest too. It's so good in tea and baking. That's the February short list. Plant these, do these, and you'll be set for spring. If you want the complete planting and task list, plus my planner and guides, get them at growinginthegarden.com. Want a thriving desert garden? Join my monthly online classes, live or on replay, and get instant access to past classes and journals. Bring your questions and let's grow together in Growing in the Garden Academy. Can I do that again? I missed it. Missed my prop cue. Oh no, it was right. I was right.